Welcome, and hello, everybody. I'm going to throw on screen right now so you can see the footage of Mr. Knight and Silver Samurai in action. This is going to be a very exciting month for new champions being put into Marvel Contest of Champions. We're going to break down some footage and some abilities which can be seen on screen, but also talk a bit more about the characters. And it's a very, very exciting time. It's exciting for me as a Wolverine fan, but I suppose as well if you're a Daredevil fan. Silver Samurai and Wolverine have had Daredevil and Wolverine have had Silver Samurai appear in some sort of capacity in comic books. I think it was like mid to late 70s for Silver Samurai, and in the 80s for Silver Samurai in Wolverine, being kind of like put in and kind of like run in comic books. So for me, very exciting. This is the comic book in kind of question for Wolverine, so it's kind of exciting for me. And yeah, it just goes back as the 1980s. You know, it's back when it was simpler times in the world of comic books. Of course, the design in game to what this is a little bit different because I think they've got to go away from like the House of the Rising Sun, the kind of that kind of like, yeah, I think if you know what I mean. So for those that know Moon Knight, we talked about this and showcased some things that Kabam said. So we'll leave this kind of rotating. We'll go through the Silver Samurai bits again, but for the Mr. Knight side of things, the kits, right, are meant to punish and beat up criminals. So punishing special attacks and heavy attacks lead to certain things happening. There's a sleep mechanic with Mr. Knight, physical vulnerability, the injury system, lots of crits, which you can see the crits right now, the injury system, and there's also tranquilize as well. There's a lot of stuff that involved with Mr. Knight specifically. So just breaking down Silver Samurai, you can see that he gets unblockable, right? There's also some sort of like crit thing here that looks a little bit like glancing, and a prowess-based top left-hand corner. There's also Daunted and some sort of overload maybe. Does that look like some sort of like, it's not neuroshocks? Or some sort of like thing right there? Or was that the Daunted or Overload elements of it? Either way, there's a lot of, and the point is burst-based damage. You can see there's a huge amount of burst-based damage. He kind of bursts on hit. How is that going to be applicable to be a counter for Yelena? Well, hey, welcome to Marvel Contest of Champions. MCOC and Kabam 101. Here's a powerful defender which has very few counters or specific base counters to the defender. Oh, here's a champion a month, 2 or 3 months later that has a direct counter to it. And being a mutant-based champion, this is very exciting. But I'm excited about this, like just bursting like 15k per kind of like tick and a good strong crit of like 17k gives a nice kind of like strong element and balance to the champion. There's not a huge amount in this segment that gives you any kind of like indication of what the champion does, but there could be something at some stage that reveals itself. And I think on Friday, you'll definitely find that out, what happens with Silver Samurai, and as well the extent of damage that he can do. If you get the time, go and check out just information about the character, how he came interweaved into Madripoor, his associations with, I can't remember if it was Wolverine. I think it was like Wolverine. Well, it's definitely Wolverine, but Wolverine and I think like a sister of Silver Samurai and a kind of relationship there and how that kind of all transpired. Really interesting stuff. The stuff with Psylocke, stuff with yeah, just a whole plethora of characters. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I wanted to check out abilities. There's something here about Tachyon. I'm laughing because I'm like, Tachyon energy field. Okay, yeah. I just thought he was very skilled. That's like a skilled kind of like swordsman. We're talking, well, samurai. Energy field within the body, though he can focus the energy through anything. He typically focused the field through his sword, allowing him to cut through almost any substance. Whether that will have something in game, possibly. Yeah, swordsman, history, expert in the art of Bushido, the history and customs of the samurai. Well, it's just being a samurai. Master martial artist, again, makes sense. Seems to know stuff. And samurai strategy and tactics, although his ability do not quite match those of Iron Fist, or Shang-Chi, despite the fact that both of the latter are versed in Chinese martial arts. Okay. And his equipment, well, it's armor. It's armor, isn't it? It's not super strong armor. It's just armor, right? And using a katana. I think it's kind of like it's one of these no-brainer based like champions and characters. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? If it's a samurai that uses a katana called Silver Samurai, you'll probably go it's like a tie-in and it's a samurai based thing. So yeah, super excited for this because this is our champion's choice with Mr. Knight and as well with Silver Samurai. It's just one of these characters that I think is going to tie in quite nicely to a few things. Whether it's going to have a synergy with Wolverine, Mr. Knight as well, it's going to have components and synergies that could be applicable to Moon Knight. I think these champions will have some interesting synergies, but as you know, Kabam don't do huge on like synergies nowadays. Also, I forgot to mention Silver Samurai, even though like it took down like a face mask element, he's still pretty masked up and very much looks like a not menacing, kind of like evil villain. And it's interesting because we're going to have the live stream. I think it's on the end of the week, like Friday. We're going to have a villain-based month. So Silver Samurai will be a villain, whether or not we'll have new villain-based champions to go alongside. And it's good really to have a villain and a hero in the shape and form of, what is he called? Yeah, like Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight being the hero. And of course, Silver Samurai being the villain. So yes, lots of fun things. I'm excited for both of these, but for different reasons. If you're going to buy them, buy them. If you're not willing to buy them, hey, look, it's up to you. It's your choice in the matter. But that's going to be it for the video from me. Thank you very much for watching, supporting. I've had a nice little break and looking forward to kind of coming back and working on content and information coverage and guides and stuff. But yep, I'll see you in a video tomorrow. Probably just a news flash about the live stream. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.